Dante Nawako Maganak, Shay Yellowbird, and Sigasun. Hello everyone, my name is Shay Yellowbird, Counsel for Samson Cree Nation. I wanted to create this video to bring some awareness around the upcoming Constitution vote for Samson Cree Nation members on September 26th. I encourage members to come out and exercise their right to vote and have a say in this matter. But before I get into that, I just want to extend my prayers and condolences to those families that have been dealing with losses recently. I know it's been a very, very tough go, and I feel that a lot of money that's going into trying to push through this Constitution, we should be addressing some of the real issues that our communities is facing. So I just want to start off by saying, there's been a lot of misinformation or rumors going around in the community recently. I think it's on purpose to kind of manipulate things and to distract from, and to also cause confusion. Because there's like three different issues right now that I'm hearing going on. You have cows and plows, you have this Constitution, then you have this settlement. And nothing has been agreed to upon with regards to the cows and plows, so that can be put on the side for now. The only two issues right now that Samson is going to be voting on is this upcoming Constitution vote and then a settlement vote. Now, any rumors that you have to vote the Constitution through in order to receive a PCD, that's false and misleading as well. Quite frankly, that's against the law to be seen as bribery. So I'm going to share with you these two posters just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So here's the Constitution Referendum. This one is on September 26th. So you have all the different polling stations. This is the settlement referendum. This one is on November 15th. Here's the ballot question. More information sessions will be in October to memberships to explain what this is about, so you can get more informed on the issue. Pretty similar to Ermine's, all I can say right now. But in regards to this video, I wanted to just announce my opposition to this Constitution referendum and kind of just, I guess, explain to some members exactly what is a constitution, first of all, because I know there's people who are like, what is this? So a constitution is a body of fundamental principles or established precedents according to which a state or other organization is acknowledged to be governed. So it's a document basically that's going to say how we're governed and what we fall under. Almost like law, I guess. So a referendum it's just a general vote by the electorate of the people, basically on a single political question, which has been referred to them for a direct decision. So you have this Constitution referendum. It's just basically a vote for this this document that's going to basically say how we're governed. Now, here's a little backstory on this. There was a Constitution referendum last term, and it was actually voted down as well. Usually with these sort of situations, when you have referendums and they are voted down, you don't bring the issue back. It's usually a standard practice. It's usually issue's dead. And now, if you recall, back in August of 2020, I filed a judicial review. And let's see, I'll show you here. Here's the application for that judicial review. It was in the fall of, that was around August, we filed that judicial review. And then in that fall, there was a court injunction. And at the same time, all these different elders committees were created, one of them being Constitution. And there's a directive given by the chief to have this document finished. But there's a lot of concerning words, I would say, or different parts around this Constitution. So I'll go into here. There's this part 3. So responsibility, chief and council, 3.1, Sam's chief and council work for the people of Musikopak and earn recognized direction from the people. Not bad. 3.5 though. I feel this is contradicting itself, 3.1 and 3.5. So 3.5 says to respect and protect the office of chief and council from outside coercion and influence. So you're saying we work for the people, but then you're saying you're going to have a closed door policy, like in my case, and then we got to protect the office or whatever. And if someone has their rights to justice, like in my case, file a judicial review for a fair, equitable process, and that decision is found to be unreasonable, they're trying to label that, and this was even in the minutes when I was reinstated, that we had to protect it from outside coercion and influence, even though the judgment actually upheld our election law. It was just ensuring that it wasn't being followed. And yeah, so we'll go into part 4 here as well. So this was a part I was concerned about under 4.1, authority of the chief. When the people have chosen their chief, the people also give the chief the authority to represent and lead Samson Cree First Nation. 4.2, and it says that they will maintain good relations with careful ethical actions. Well, I hate to say it, but in this application and this judicial review, if you look under part 6 here, on the bottom, it says that Samson Cree steps taken by Samson Cree were incorrect and contrary to the Samson Cree election law. Furthermore, the actions taken by Samson Cree were an abuse of authority. So I raise this issue. What happens when we get a chief that is either corrupt or abuses that authority? Then what? We won't have a say. And quite frankly, when I've tried to bring this up or taken a stance of it on issues such as amendments to the election referendum amendments, I've taken a stance on that. I was being threatened with being removed from my boards and committees. And when I try to introduce a motion to address the reasonableness, say if a chief or counselor is removed, like in my case, and then reinstated, that person so affected, would be reimbursed their costs, if that decision is found to be unreasonable. Again, council was being threatened with being removed from their boards and committees. So it was not being entertained by the chief. So this is why I am opposing this, just based on my experience. And I'm letting people know that you should exercise your right to vote on this on September 26th. Because a vote, this could very well affect how we're governed. And, I'm voting no. Obviously, I'm voting no to a dictatorship and basically try and go for a fair and equitable process for everyone. That's basically all that judicial review was about, was to ensure that their laws were being followed. And I hate to say it though, because there was an abuse of that authority in our elections law. There's a code of ethics and we have an oath that was not being followed. So it's very concerning, and I hope to see everyone out next Monday. I know time is of the essence right now to vote this down, and then there's another big other vote coming up on November 15th, where it's for a settlement, which is the people's money as well, and you have every right to vote for that, like Urban Skins members did. Don't let anyone think that, or try and sway you thinking that you need this constitution in order to do this. That's false and misleading. Or you need to vote this through in order to receive this. No, you can vote how you see fit, and it's basically your democratic right. So I look forward to seeing everyone at the polls and seeing how this pans out. All right, accept, beat them up.